Hello everyone, I hope all of you are doing really good. Today I'm going to talk about warehousing. So we'll go inside and see what you are supposed to know about warehousing chapter, and please do not forget to subscribe. First of all, we'll see what is a warehouse. A warehouse is a shed-like building with minimum fixture and fitting used to store goods, simply a building which we use to store goods, and warehousing is a process of storing goods inside these warehouses. So these are functions of a warehouse. To provide storage for raw materials before manufacturing, because we all know when we are conducting manufacturing process we need raw materials. So at the very beginning we are supposed to collect all these raw materials and store it in a warehouse. So whenever we want we can use those raw materials to our manufacturing process. And the second point, it says to protect goods from theft, weather and damages, and to provide special facilities such as cold storage. This is also really important. Rather than keeping our goods in a different places, if we can store all our goods in a separate building, which is a warehouse, it's easy for us to protect our goods from different kind of damages. And third point, it says to help in stockpiling, means goods are readily available when the season change. Throughout the year there are different seasons. So in these different seasons we need different types of goods. So when there's a season change, all these goods needs to be readily available. So we can take it out from the warehouse quickly and we can simply send it to the market. So whenever they want, they can simply buy these products. And then another function is to provide a place for any packaging, grading, sorting, and labeling to take place before goods are offered for sales. This is also important because there are certain instances we have to do different kind of packaging, and there are certain instances we have to grade our products based on different qualities, based on different standards. So we can do all these things, all these kind of activities when these goods are there in a warehouse. And then to even out the supply so that the price are kept reasonably stable and to meet unexpected demand. So that's also another function of a warehouse which is really important, and I'll be talking about this specific function later on in this video. And then last point, it says to provide a place for product collection and distribution. So these are the functions of a warehouse. Here I have listed some more importances of warehousing to business and trade. Consumers do not want to wait for the product because we can simply take it out from the warehouse and we can sell it to consumers whenever we want it and whenever consumer want it. And then using warehouses, goods can make quickly available to the consumer and can reduce transport charges because every time we don't go and purchase product from the manufacturer. We go once, we purchase whatever the good amount that we want and we store it inside a warehouse. So whenever we want it, we take it out from the warehouse. And then can store goods until sold them and can meet the demand without any shortage. So these are some more importances of warehousing to business and trade. Impact on seasonal production. So here I'm going to talk about how warehouse influence seasonal production, demand and supply. And if you remember, when I'm talking about functions of warehouse, I said warehouses helps us to supply products, so it will keep the price stability. So here I'm going to discuss further about that topic. So first of all, you'll see what is seasonal production. Goods produced at certain times of the year, so that's simply called seasonal production. So we all know most of the agriculture products, those products grow and harvest only during certain period of a year. So that's one example of seasonal production. And then what is seasonal demand? Goods produced all the year around for which there is demand only at certain times of the year. Example, New Year greeting cards. We need these cards only during the New Year season, but we can produce these cards throughout the year. So that's the difference between seasonal production and seasonal demand. So it is important to store all these products in warehouse to maintain continuous supply to the market, which will lead to price stability. So first, if I start with seasonal production, as I said earlier, most of the agriculture products are cultivate and harvest only at a certain period of a time, certain period of the year. But we'll be needing those agriculture products throughout the year. So what we do is we harvest during that year and we store it in a warehouse and we use it throughout the year. So that's how warehouse influence the seasonal production. And then seasonal demand is we can produce those products throughout the year and we can use it whenever we want it. So we store it inside a warehouse. Whenever there's a season, we take it out and we use it to perform our different activities. So warehousing is really important to maintain supply and demand, maintain the equilibrium of the supply and demand in the market, and which will lead to the price stability, because whenever you want goods, if goods are readily available in the market, no one will increase the prices of these goods. So demand and supply is equivalent, so you cannot increase the price. So this is a very important fact in economy. So this is how warehouse impact on seasonal production. These are different types of warehouse: bonded warehouse, cold storage warehouse, cash and carry warehouse, manufacturers and retailers warehouse, regional distribution centers. So we'll discuss about these warehouses with next slides. First of all, I'll explain about bonded warehouse. A warehouse where dutiable goods are stored before payments of duty. They are found mainly at airport and border crossing, most of the time near ports. Goods will not be removed until the necessary duties are paid. It means we can import any type of goods to our country. So once we import those goods, these goods will stored inside a bonded warehouse, and what we can do is, in order to release these goods, we have to pay duties, and then we can simply take those goods out of the bonded warehouse. So a bonded warehouse may be owned by a business, but it will be under the control of the customs and other authorities. Goods may be stored at a bonded warehouse for a short period of time and then shipped to another overseas location. In this case, import duties are not paid at the first bonded warehouse but will be paid at the next warehouse once the goods leave it and are next sent to the buyers. And then if we see how this, if I explain more about this bonded warehouse process, if goods are to be released from a bonded warehouse, a warrant has to be drawn up with the details of goods to be released and to whom. So to satisfy customer requirements and to ensure the correct import duties have been paid, other documents needs to be produced and signed by the custom officials. So simply it says there are actually 3 types of documents used in bonded warehouse. Now, even though these 3 documents are there in your syllabus, there are multiple types of documents used in bonded warehouse, but here we have to discuss only these 3 types of documents. First one is called memorandum, showing what duty was payable on the goods being released and given to the person collecting the goods. It means we can import a lot of goods to our country, and we can export and import a lot of goods to our country. So when we import these goods, they are simply going to categorize what is the good that you imported and how much of tax each and every good has to be paid. For example, vehicle, a different tax, and then cosmetics products, different tax. So all these things will be shown in a document called memorandum. And then there's another document called custom warrant, received from customs officials authorizing the warehouse to release the good as confirmation that the correct duty has been paid. Simply it says that this person has made the payment of the relevant tax duties, and then this person has the authority to take the goods out of the warehouse. And then with that, there's another document called warehouse keeper's order, So warehouse keeper is actually the manager who will record the goods came in and what are the goods going out of the bonded warehouse. So this means instruct warehouse manager to release the goods because duty has been paid and ownership of the goods has been confirmed by the original warrant. So these are the main three types of documents used in the bonded warehouse. Next type of warehouse is called cold storage warehouse. A temperature control warehouse used to preserve perishable goods. Perishable goods in a sense, goods which will expire quickly. A great deal of fresh and processed foods. When it's a great deal of fresh, we can say examples, fruits and vegetables, and then processed foods like dairy products and cheese has to be kept in cool or freezing conditions so that it remains fresh for as long as possible. So in this case, we can simply get use of this cold storage. And then there's another type of warehouse called cash and carry warehouse. I think you all must have learned about this when we are talking about cash and carry wholesalers. But I'll explain what is this cash and carry warehouse. A warehouse that offers self-service wholesaling with no credit and no delivery service. So most of the time this warehouse is used by cash and carry wholesalers. They actually collect product from the manufacturers and they store those products in this cash and carry warehouse. So the small retailers have to go to this cash and carry wholesaler warehouse by themselves and pick their own item, put them on a trolley and pay for them with cash as they leave. So it's simply like a supermarket, but here the thing is this works among wholesale and the retail. So the other one is called regional distribution centers. So most of the large retail chain stores will have their own regional warehouses. So they will simply create their own warehouse. They will store their products in those warehouses. So whenever they want, they can take it out from their own warehouse without going to different places. So this will reduce the need for long journeys and means there are many stores can replace the stock. So each regional warehouse will be conveniently located. So that's all about warehousing. So if you really enjoy this video, please subscribe by clicking this red button, and thank you very much. See you next time.